Each week, I come to you as your coach on the Redefining Hustle podcast and bring you practical tips and biblical truth for business. And this week, what I thought I would do is take that teaching and make it practical so that you can put it into action with me as your guide. In other words, taking that spiritual position in our businesses and making it practical by telling you what are the 5 things you want to think about and 5 reasons for hiring a Christian business coach. So let's get started. So often as I'm coaching the high achieving Christian women in business that I've been so blessed to be called to serve, I hear them say things like, I had never thought about integrating my faith in business or even how I could integrate that. I hear them say things like, you give me a safe space to work through the messiness of business. A couple of weeks ago in my group coaching, someone said, I appreciate this community so much because in other communities that I'm in, I felt shame because they were giving me the long list of tactical steps and actions to take, but that was not aligned to my values or to what God has given me to do. And so then it felt shameful when I didn't show up and say, look, I accomplished all of these things. And that doesn't happen here. You put God first in all of your coaching, Aaron, and that is so different. Now, maybe as a listener, you've crossed paths with other Christian business coaches. And if that is the case, I am so excited that you have others who are sharing the message of doing business with God as your CEO, because I cannot be the only voice that you're tuning into. So if you haven't tuned into some others, down in the show notes, I'm going to include some links to podcasts that I love by other Christian women in business. But today I want to talk to you about 5 reasons to hire a Christian business coach. If you've worked with a coach in the past, maybe it was a secular coach, that's okay. I did too. In 2018 to 2020 or so, I worked with an incredible coach whose gift was taking all of the content and the ideas that I had in my head and helping me systematize them and put them out into the world in different formats. She is the reason that I created my podcast. She is the reason that I moved forward in having my book published, right? So for me, having that secular business coach served me for a little while. But then I got to a place where I knew that now it was about strategy. Now it was about intentional action and continuing to break free from hustle culture. And in doing so, I needed someone who spoke my language. I needed someone who got what it meant to seek God first in my business. And thankfully, I was connected with an incredible group coaching program with my coach, Esther Littlefield. And I will share the link to her Uplift program in the show notes as well, because it is perfect for the marketing and thinking about content and those pieces. And what I do is a little bit different because my focus is helping you to break the chains of overwhelm and overachievement and break free from doing business as usual. So, here are the 5 reasons to hire a Christian business coach and how that is different from the world's way. Let me put on my glasses so I can talk to you about this today. First of all, a Christian business coach is a holistic approach to coaching for your business. And what I mean by that holistic is not in a worldly way, but it is bringing together shared faith, beliefs, and values on a common ground that provides a strong foundation for the coaching relationship, a fostering a deeper understanding and a deeper connection based in biblical truth. That holistic approach really integrates biblical truth and business to guide you in aligning strategy and goals to God's truth, navigating ethical challenges, discerning God's word for your business based on his purpose, your spiritual gifts, and your calling. So very often when I'm starting coaching with someone, besides understanding what is the mission, vision, values of their business, but also understanding what are their spiritual gifts, what's their zone of genius, because where your passions and your spiritual gifts all come together is where your calling gets feet. And if you listen to my previous episodes about cultivating your calling, you already have your calling. Your business is a commission, it is a vehicle for walking that out. But your calling comes from God, really, I would say, from the time that He made you. So that holistic approach to integrate faith and business is incredibly important. Number two, a Christian business coach serves as sort of a lighthouse. What I mean by this is that as you're walking through your business, the enemy is coming for you. We've talked about this before on this podcast, that he wants to seek to get you drifting in discontent and distraction and doubt. And so a coach provides a lighthouse to guide you back on course from that fog. I like to think of it as a lighthouse with noise canceling headphones, because a Christian business coach will guide you back to walking in the center of God's will, but help you to tune out the world, tune into God's truth, and turn up focus to walk out the assignment that He's given you. Number three, you need help with tunnel vision. Friends, you can only see so far ahead of you, and there are blind spots that are real. So, a Christian business coach helps you with a 30,000-foot view integrated with biblical truth, so you can see beyond your barriers and see what's possible, even when you feel ill equipped, unqualified, and without power to walk out what God has given you. Breaking free of your tunnel vision is helping you to break free of what you've always known and how you've always done business. And that is critically important, because when you apply your faith to your business, even if you're serving a secular audience, it is going to look vastly different how you set strategy, how you set your daily discipline, the action that you take, etc. Because to the outside world, and even to your own inside tunnel vision of how you've always do business, it will seem crazy that God can do more with your rest than you can do with your work. And a business coach founded in biblical principles is the way to go to break free from tunnel vision. Number four is you need objective accountability. Last week on the podcast, we talked about outward success warring with inner faith and peace and the casualties of that war. But you need an objective accountability from someone who can see that 30,000-foot view and see all the facets of your business and hold you accountable to what God has given you to do in a safe, judgment-free, objective space as you walk through the messiness of business. Because I don't know if you've realized this yet, but being an entrepreneur is messy. It is not the, hey, I'm going to start a business and go live on a beach dream, right? There's work to be done, but you need objective accountability from someone who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and can guide you without allowing you to shrink back into old habits or to shrink back from the assignment God's given you because you think that you're not ready or you're not equipped. Number five, I think we're on number five. Yes, number five. You are in the world, but you are not of the world. Here's the thing, friends. You hear me say this every week, that God made you ambitious. He made you high achieving, but He did not make you to work the world's way. He did not make you to work in chaos and frantic energy. He just did not. He is not a God of chaos and confusion. But where we get confused is that we've only known how to do business this way, or the voices that we're hearing are telling us how to do business a certain way. And here's the thing, breaking free from business as usual can feel like traveling on a primitive road. And you will want someone who can be the lighthouse, who can break you free of the tunnel vision, who can give you objective accountability, who has a holistic biblical based approach, but also understands what it means to be in the world, but not of it. The world's definitions of work and success are ingrained in each of us, friend, because we've been working this way for so long. And sometimes, as we look around at others who have burgeoning businesses, we can see what they've done and we think, I need to do the same thing, but they've done it the world's way. So having someone that understands what it means to be a citizen of heaven, walking out a human experience, and to have a mission in the marketplace assigned by God, tailored to your gifts, your talents, etc., is critical, because a secular coach may tell you that you have gifts and talents, but they may not acknowledge the king and creator who gave those to you. And then a secular coach may push you forward in a way that is not congruent with God's unforced rhythms of grace. So, having a Christian business coach can make a huge difference as you seek to refine and scale your business while keeping your focus steady on Jesus, while allowing the Lord to be your CEO. A few weeks ago, I think it was in May, actually, a couple of months ago now, I had Shay Bynes on as a guest. And Shay talked about the power of that daily meeting with God, the power of understanding that He is to lead our business and that we are to operate in grace, not grind. Friend, the same exists for all of us who are walking out the assignment that God has given us. And having a Christian business coach who understands business and has a strong faith and puts the Bible as the foundation under all of that is a game changer for the growth that you seek. Whether that growth is, I just want to refine what I have, or that growth is God has called you to something bigger and you just don't even know if you've got the bandwidth or the experience or the desire to go there. That's where a Christian business coach can help you. If this has helped you today, I invite you to schedule a discovery call with me to chat about how I can help you as your business coach. I cannot leave this conversation without saying, do your research. I may not be the right coach for you, and that's okay. But I would encourage you to check out any Christian business coach, get to know their content, follow them for a bit, start a conversation with them, schedule a discovery call with them, and get a feel for whether or not that is the right fit for you. And above all else, be praying, Lord, is it time for me to have a coach? Is it time for me to change coaches? Is it a Christian business coach that you have next for me? And if so, who is that person? Help me discern that with your guidance. I want you to remember, as we say here every single week, that God made you ambitious, but He did not make you to work the world's way and do business as usual. So I'm the coach that helps you break free from business as usual and helps you to tune out the world, tune into God's truth, and turn up focus so that you can walk out the assignment that He's given you. I hope you found this helpful today. I am looking forward to see who will be scheduling some time to chat with me. But regardless, I am praying for God's clear guidance for what happens next for you in terms of having a coach or maybe changing the coach that you have. I hope that these guardrails have given you some great insight as you make those decisions and walk forward. And with that, I pray, as I always do, and encourage you to tune out the world, tune into God's truth, and turn up focus so that you can walk out the kingdom assignment He's given you for your business. I'll see you on the next episode.